listeners, how do you do? This is my podcast and it's just for you. It's called Ted Talks and it's a load of shite, but I hope you enjoy it because I've kept it light. It's 30 minutes long and all about Teesside, the people, the places and the Boro pride.
Get in there, you absolute little beauty. It's episode 17 of Ted Talks, the Ted Hanky Podcast, you know what I mean? Thanks for supporting the show. It's 17 episodes. I've got a proper bonk on about that. Dead chuffed, you know what I mean? Class. Proper class. Been no Middlesbrough football to talk about, thank God. We've had some racists in Bulgaria, though. They've got right on me fucking tits. You know what I mean? We're living in the dark ages, the dap twats. I can't believe that you can't even go and have a game of footy now without some fucking idiots just being racist. It's really bad. So that's really pissed me off, but I'm not going to let it dampen the show. Thanks to everyone who, I say everyone, there was a handful of you who came to me gig I did last night in Darlington. I did 10 minutes of new material. I'd give it a 5 out of 10. Some of it landed, some of it needs a bit more work. I think you'll agree. But that's the whole point of doing these things, these new material nights. You go to places like that, little small audiences, small rooms. You try out some jokes. Some people laugh, some people don't, and you just think, fuck them. I'm going to carry on and still do the same jokes. But I appreciate you coming along, you matters there, and some of you laughed, some of you sent me some nice messages saying you enjoyed it. So thanks for that. That's great. Going back to the England game, good 6-0 win against Bulgaria. Well happy about that. Like I said, not happy about the racists, but they can go and fuck off. And, I've just got a really good show in store for you today. I appreciate last week's was a bit cutthroat. I was on my holidays in Butlins at Skegness with Julie, Big Fat Julie, and we got it wrong. We thought it was one of those party weekends, but it was a fucking tots weekend. You know what I mean? I had to go and have supper with the Teletubbies, and fucking Mr. Tumble was there, and he was all right actually. And then I managed to. I had a bit of a session with Dave Benson Phillips. You might remember him from years ago off a TV show called Get Your Own Back, where you could gunge your teacher. Well, he was there doing a spot as well. We got on really well, me and Dave, so we had a bit of a party. Big Fat Julie was trying to get a bit too intimate with him, and he sort of left quite abruptly. We didn't get a chance to swap numbers, so if you're listening, Dave, you know what I mean? I'm sorry about Julie, she's a slag. Keep in touch with me though, mate. I reckon we could come up with that new game show concept we were talking about, where I just run around like the studio in a pair of underpants full of custard, and then we just pick random toddlers up and we just dunk them in like this vat of gunge and watch them cry. And it's called Dunk a Toddler, Watch It Cry. I think it's got legs, that Dave. So do get back in touch, mate. Do back in touch, please. Right then, so my guest this week on Ted Talks, the Ted Hanky Podcast, is my good Mara, is Middlesbrough comedy promoter, Matty Oxley. Now, Matty, you all right, man?
Now, Ted, how's it going? All right?
Yeah, I'm so, mate. First question I like to ask all my guests is, what have you had for your tea tonight?
Are you ready for it? Yeah. I have had sausages, 2 poached eggs.
Poached,
yeah. Left over new potatoes from Sunday dinner, which have been fried in the frying pan. And then I had a bit of, I'm not proud of this, but you know, when you've got to clean the cupboards out, I've had some spaghetti hoops with that. Absolute human machine tea, that, Ted. If you've never had it, try it.
Well, yeah, to me that sounds like you're probably gonna need a poo in the next 10 minutes.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I can feel something working. Something's working its way out.
Concoction, that, like, mate, isn't it? You've got a couple of days old potatoes there fried up with some spaghetti hoops and some are the pork sausages?
They are.
Yeah, you're going to be shitting through the Iver needle later on, mate.
Well, it's needed. Need a good clear out, you know what I mean, son?
Maybe that's how you keep your weight so slender, because you're a slender chap.
Well, all these diets going on, you just need a crap tea in you know what I mean?
That's it, yeah. Fuck, who needs a fad diet? Like, oh, look at me, I'm eating dandelions and sparrows beaks for my tea. Fuck that, just get some spaghetti hoops in there, you lose like 2 stone in a week.
I might release like a diet video just in time for Christmas, just to knock Denise Welsh off the charts again, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you do that one and I'll do a fitness one. We class that.
Fitness, fitness.
Yeah. What I'll do is I'll show everyone how to do the super fast scuttle, because I can scuttle dead fast, me, Matty, right? And you literally burn off thousands of calories in like what I have sort of like a quick scuttle book in 2 minutes.
Well, last time I seen you do a scuttle, it was that big weekend in Stewart's Park, and it wasn't something that I'd class as fitness, Ted.
Yeah, well, we'll say no more about that, Matty, because you weren't meant to see that.
Okay.
Right, listen, so you run comedy night called The Laughing Pug. Why is it called The Laughing Pug?
It's called The Laughing Pug, Ted, because I have 2 pugs myself. In fact, we had one previously, which is no longer with us. Can we get enough?
Oh.
Authentic next time, please, Ted.
Yeah,
well, yes,
it sounded like I sat on my nuts there, didn't I?
It did, yeah. How big are they?
Yeah, but they're pretty big at the minute, mate. Julie's, she's not giving me any at all. The fucking greedy bitch. She's probably getting it on with Puffy Derrick, going to all these Take That concerts together. But my balls are growing day by day. I'm going to look like that Buster Gonad out the Viz soon. Bloody massive nuts. So you got two. Do these pugs laugh then?
Well, they breathe quite heavily, which I think sometimes they do look like they're laughing, but they're probably not, to be honest. No, but
why don't you just call it Respiratory Problem Pug Comedy Club?
I don't think it's got quite the ring to it, has it? Mind you, I don't think the Laughing Pug's got, because if you see the logo of the Laughing Pug, the pug's not actually laughing. So I don't know what I was doing when I thought of that. I don't know what possessed me to put a straight-faced pug and then put the words "The Laughing Pug" round it. Yeah, must have had a decent dinner that night.
It's given more of a sly smirk, isn't it? The Sly Smirk Pug Comedy Club. It doesn't even have its lipstick out. Now, we all know when pugs sit down, they all get the lipsticks out straight away.
Well, mine don't, because they're bitches. I got 2 bitches.
Ah, so you've gone for the flange option of the pug.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Only way to go.
Very good. You see, my dog Branko, he's 14 now, and he's a virgin. I've never let him scuttle another dog, right? Which I think he holds against me. And he's got massive knackers. I mean, like proper big,
like his old man,
mate. And they've gone like a dinosaur egg colour. They've got like these veins in them, and sort of like blemishes and patterns, and they're fucking massive, honestly. And I kid you not, mate. We're watching, sometimes we'll watch Emmerdale Farm or something like that together, and he'll be lying there, and I'll just see this big lipstick coming out like that, and he'll start showing off and having a little lick of it and stuff like that, and I'll hear his balls clinking together, and I'm just fucking jealous. I'm just jealous, Matty, of me Branko's nuts. Yeah, no wonder he can't walk around the block properly. I think it's a great York comedy night. I've done a few of them. We'll touch on them later on because we've got a gig coming up. Now, are we all right to talk about you being what's known as a disabled comic? Is that okay to talk about? Am I allowed to use that word?
Whoa. Yes.
Am I allowed to use that?
Yes, you can, yeah. Yes. I am, yes. I am of the disabled variety, yes. Yes, I am, yes.
And that's not just your haircut either, is it?
Hey, quick there, aren't you?
I mean, I can't comment. I get abuse about my hair all the time. It's because I'm a trendsetter.
Just your hair?
Well, yeah, that's it, isn't it? I'm a trendsetter. You know, you change your hairstyle, people notice. So I've kept mine since I was 3.
Don't think you've moved the ball off there either, have you?
Now, I'll have you know that it just grows isometrically like that, in that order, all the way right. Yeah, I only have to get it cut once every 6 months, and that's just a light trim. It just stays that length.
One little snip, is that it? One little snip. around the ears. I like it.
I once got a perm before, and
on the top.
Well, it was all over. Like I just, mate, I looked like some type of sex offender. Honestly, wasn't good. I was working in the local school as one of them.
What do you mean you did? We looked in the mirror recently, huh?
Less of this abuse, you Mr. Oxley. I got kicked off my job in the school as a dinner nanny, but a dinner nanny, and they just said no, we don't like your hair. But some of the parents were making complaints about how I was serving up the pink custard, so it was distressing.
Didn't last at that job then, huh?
Yeah, I've had a couple of jobs I've not lasted very long at. I once worked in a coffee shop, but I kept, sometimes when you've got to have a little scratch of your nuts and stuff like that. Well, I had a scratch of my nuts just as I was about to sprinkle some chocolate over a cappuccino, and I dropped a load of pubes on it. So I got asked to leave that after 6 hours.
A few complaints on that one.
Yeah, 6 complaints in 6 hours. Not bad, that.
Some record.
I know. Yeah, so I just thought, fuck it now. I just I do the odd gubby job for my mates and knock out a bit of veg where I can down the club. And
got to keep yourself ticking over, haven't you?
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. You got to do it, haven't you? I used to knock out pirate DVDs as well, but no fucker watches them anymore now because of Netflix. So that's put me out of business. Listen, right. So going back to what we're talking about here. So, what's mostly like the annoying things people do with you because, like, they're aware that you're different, you're gifted. Can I use that word? Gifted.
Oh, behave! You're making me blush.
Make you sound like an X-Men, don't I? What's the most annoying thing apart from people calling you an X-Man?
Most annoying thing is, I don't know, people just think that you're probably a lot less able to do stuff than you actually are, which isn't a bad thing. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I don't mind someone carrying my shopping or my cups of tea in Costa. I don't mind doing that if I can't be asked. But sometimes, people just think that you literally like the hat. This is going to sound awful. This. People, because the way I look like something out of a Disney movie. I look like a mixture. I look like John Merrick has been blended with Quasimodo and a turtle. That's how bad not how bad I look, but just that's the look I've been given, and I've got a short hand, so pardon the pun here. And if we've got any people that are offended to puns, that is the hand I've been dealt with, eh?
Hey, I like it.
You know
what? You think yourself lucky, though, that you don't have the respiratory problems of John Merrick as well. Because, like, if you were talking like that, Matty...
sometimes in the bedroom I do sound like that, you know what I mean? So.
I bet you do, you mucky twat. Do you get? I know you're in a relationship now with a lovely lady, but do you get like a bit of sympathy flange? Did you get a few offers of sympathy flange? Like, look at Matty, cross between a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle and John Merrick or whatever you said.
No, never had any of the sympathetic. Flange you've just used there. Never any sympathetic. No, never. I think people just think, when they looked at me, they thought, oh, he must be a fucking wild monster in the bedroom. Can't handle that man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I've heard the rumours.
Going back to your original question, people do actually think that you. I think any disabled person out there probably gets stigmatized with. If you see someone that's heavily disabled, people automatically think that every disabled person is exactly the same. So I think that's the only thing that doesn't really bother me, but like some people just need educating a little bit more. But that is the world that we live in now, Teddy boy.
It is. You know what I mean? It's a fucking shit world, isn't it? I mean, you think back to, because obviously this is meant to be a footy podcast as well, but we don't really talk much footy. You think back to the England game against Bulgaria and those fucking mindless idiots being racist and stuff like that. You don't need that in today's day and age. We shouldn't have ever have had that. But sadly over the years it's developed and it's got better, but not much. Fucking hell.
I think all the racists in the world, whether they're footy fans or not, I think they should just go back home where they came from and just stay in America. That's basically my view there, Ted.
I think
do you know what I mean?
That Kurt Russell film? Is it where is it? Oh, where it's in like New York or something, and it's a prison.
Escape LA. Is it Escape LA?
Escape from LA. That's it. Yeah. I think what they should do is like just take like I don't know, like a shit city or a shit town. You know what I mean? Like maybe like Moneybanks or something like that, right? And just put all of the racists and all of the paedophiles in there, and just let them have gang turf wars in there. You know what I mean? It'd be fucking
Like
mental. And what we can do is we can send helicopters in to video it, you know, like in some type of futuristic science fiction film, like with the Running Man or something, classic. And have them doing games where, I don't know, they've got to like fight to the death, and then every now and again, you know, someone will murder a nonce, or someone will hang a racist, and then every now and again we'll send in Davina McCall to narrate it, and
like that Street Mate.
Yeah,
just running through the battlefield.
And then maybe the winner out of the tournament, he gets to leave for one day, but then we're all waiting for that person, and then we all give him a good kicking as well.
I think you need to write all this down, Ted. And I think I'm
going to send this to Channel 4.
I was about to say that. Yeah, I think that's something Channel 4 would probably buy you up on.
Yeah, I think. Do you know what? They'll probably have someone like David Dickinson hosting it, though, wouldn't they? Be like, "Whoa, welcome to Killer Racist." You know?
We got a Bobby Dazzler.
Oh, we got a Bobby Dazzler. Yeah. How much did you get for your white hood? You know. Yeah. I don't know what goes on in my head, to be honest, Matty.
It scares me sometimes. Sometimes I'm a bit petrified to answer the phone when you ring.
Do you know? I think this is why I've not been snapped up for my big break or anything like that. Yeah,
that's what's holding you back, Ted. That's what's holding
me back. Me warped imagination and me massive nuts.
Here, lads, here, do you want to get your last fit and that, you know what I mean? Send them to me, send them to the BBC, Bobo's Boot Camp. That's right, my 12 weeks that I did in the cadets and the TA mean I'm a qualified military instructor, and I can take over any park I want in the northeast and build my business, because I am a businessman. Learn all the intrinsic details of fitness and nutrition. I'll be providing all types of nutritious snacks for all the lasses doing the course and that, you know what I mean? Milkshakes, butties, you name it, I'll provide it. So sign up to the BBC Bobo's Boot Camp. It's military fitness, but with a special bang, you know what I mean? I'm not a pervert, although I will probably look at your asses in your tight activewear, but you know what I mean? That's the perk of the job. I'm a businessman. Squats, squat thrusts, sit-ups, press-ups, leg lifts, fanny farts. I'll have you doing them all. Yeah, and it'll only cost you £8 a session. £8 a session in your local park. What's better than that, like? You might think parks are for walking your dog or taking the bairns down on the roundabout and that. Well, they're not. They're for my military fitness class. Because I'm a businessman, I can set up where I want in any park. You know what I mean? Don't have to pay a fee, but you pay me to beast you round the park. Oh! Get running around there, you fat cow, now! Special offer on sign up. Lasses receive some special BBC Bobo's Boot Camp activewear. And the lads, well, you know, I'll sort you out with a free bag of sniff, because that's how I roll, lads. That's how I roll. People always say, "Hey, Bobo, how's your boot camps going?" And I say, "Have a look in the car park, eh? Look at that, Toyota Hiace." Other questions I get asked. "Bobo, can the lads sign up for the course?" "No. It's only for flange." "Have you booked any of the members?" "None of your business, you cheeky twat." That's what I tell him. So there you have it. Bobo's Boat Camp. Every morning down the Little Boy Park in Thornaby, 6 a.m. till 7 a.m. Free bag of sniff for new members, free active wear for new flange. Get yourselves down, it's going to be class. If you're a fat lass, don't worry, I'll have you thin. If you're a thin lass, don't worry, I'll have you muscly. If you're in between, I'll probably want to scuttle you, because that's how I roll. BBC, Bobo's Boat Camp.
Bobo's boot camp there. You might notice, like, over the past, 6 or 7 episodes, I've been sneaking in the odd few local adverts and that. Because the podcast is getting quite a few downloads now, like 1,000 plus a week. So it's an opportunity for me to monetise and sell advertising space. So Bobo there from BBC, Bobo's Boot Camp Fitness, paid me a hefty sum there to advertise these military training camps on the podcast. So if you've got anything you want to advertise at all matters, just give us a shout. You know what I mean? We'll get it on the podcast. For the fee. Like I don't do it for free. Have you got any embarrassing stories you'd like to share with the listeners, Matty?
Embarrassing.
Yeah. Well, what's been your most embarrassing moment? It could be something to do with yourself. It could be something to do with maybe a lady, a toilet incident, somebody who's Scottish. They're always embarrassing. I don't know.
I would say, right, this is actually a good, what they're called, segue into what we've just been talking about. Are you ready? When I was a young man, I was a thespian at college, right? And basically we did like these shows and whatnot.
A lesbian at college?
A thespian.
Oh, sorry, mate.
It's this microphone, man. Thespian.
I just put 2 and 2 together with the haircut.
Hey, sit down.
Carry on, you were a thespian, right?
I was a thespian with loads of lesbians. And we were at college and we did this show. And ironically, right, and this wasn't planned whatsoever, we did The Elephant Man. Right? And basically my character was supposed to find the Elephant Man dead. And my line was to run off stage shouting, "The Elephant Man's dead, the Elephant Man's dead." But opening night, packed house, about 100 people there, shitting myself, going out to do me one important line because I knew it was a critical moment in the scene. Yeah. So I'm on stage, I find the Elephant Man dead. I run off, and just before I say my lines, the Elephant Man's dead. I trip over his stage light, into the wings, crash into the props table while saying the Elephant Man's dead. It was absolutely humiliating. And not only was all the actors laughing and the audience, you could see fucking dead John Merrick laughing his ass off on stage as well.
Was you just going...
More or less, yeah.
That's a great story, Matty.
It's not, because I had another 2 nights to do.
I've had a few embarrassing moments myself. I remember it was a number of years ago in London, and I bumped into former Blue Peter presenter John Leslie, and I
don't know this.
Yes, now, John, how you doing? I said, what's it like having a lass's name for your surname? And he just fucking hit me. So, belted off John Leslie. But then, not long afterwards, he was in the newspapers for wrong things. So it sort of made sense in the end.
So were you a victim in more ways than one there, Ted?
I was,
you know what I mean?
yeah. And on that same night in Brixton, I had a dance-off with Dane Bowers in a nightclub as well. He came up to me and he went, "Oh, mate, I like your ripped jeans. They're nice." And I went, I like your checky top, Dane. Shall we have a dance? And he went, "Yeah, well, then let's have a dance." And then some fucking shitty song came on, like R&B or something, and we were proper getting down to it. And next thing I looked, there was like a full circle of people around us clapping and stuff like that. And me and Dane Bowers were having a dance-off, and then they dropped it, didn't they? They dropped his song with Victoria Beckham, and he had to dance to his own song. So I started to pretend to be Victoria Beckham because we had similar hair, and we ended up sort of gyrating together. It got a bit embarrassing, to be honest, but one of my claims to fame.
On the same night, that as well, eh?
On the same night, yeah.
Come on, eh?
Same night. Then we had a mad after party in some house in Brixton, and some lass just decided to shave a bush on a coffee table. It was mad. It's fucking mad, mate, honestly. I've been in some funny situations, me, Matty. Stick with me, kid. I'll take you out around Stockton, mate. I'll tell you what, mate, we'll end up in a three-way. No problem.
Oh, don't. Stockton. Jesus.
Hey, no, that was Stockton. I love a good night in Stockton. You know what you get. Well, you don't know what you get until you bring back the doctors. But it's a good night out. It's a good night out, Stockton. Good. That good. Right. So, like I said, football podcast. You're a Boro fan.
Yes, I am.
What are you thinking about the season so far? Then is it a horse figure?
Yeah, that was my thinking. When anyone mentions Woodgate or Middlesbrough, I'm like,
that's your arsehole flapping, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know. I think we're just not doing as well as everyone expected, Brad. I'm not shocked. I'm not knocking the team. I'm not knocking Woodgate, what he's doing. It's just like everyone, we've got a new manager, and yeah, he's a Boro lad, and I think it's great for the town and the club. But I think people just expected too much from him straight from the off. And even though he knew some of the players and quite a lot of the academy lads, I think they just need to give him time. And people as soon as he lost a few games, people shouting for him, get him out and stuff like that. And I just thought, give the lad a break. He's one of our own. Do you know what I mean? I think he's going to turn it around after Christmas, but we've seen that happen numerous times. We've got our hopes up, and we've all travelled to Wembley and then let ourselves down. But I don't know. I think we'll do good. I think we'll do all right.
I think we'll do all right till Christmas. And if we're mid-table, he'll be all right. But if we're down in that bottom three, then I don't know whether Gibson will back him with some money and say, go on, get yourself to the shop, see what you can buy. Yeah, I think we need it, don't we? Get rid of some of the shite, you know what I mean? Well, at the minute, Adam Clayton a few seasons ago was a great player. Now, he looks like he's got his boots on the wrong feet and he's heading back to front. He's just not with it. Ryan Shitton's having a nightmare as well. The only good player we've got, Randolph.
Yeah.
Even Fry's not up to what he used to be. I know he's come back from an injury, but he's a bit off the pace as well at the minute. I just don't know what's happened to Lewis Wing. He's disappeared. I'm worried. Matty. I think we either need to get some crafty loan signings in. Woodgate, he's got connections in Madrid, Tottenham, Newcastle. You'll get some decent players in on loan.
Pull your finger out, man.
He'll know Steven Gerrard. He'll know Frank Lampard. All these former players who are managers now. Maitland does a couple of them players and that. You know what I mean? They're not getting the game. I'll have them. That's what we should be doing.
Be nice, wouldn't it? Yep.
So, well, there we go. We think we might stay up. I hope so anyway. Well, Matty, what I want to do, mate, is before I let you go, is I'd like to have a game of, I've not played it for a few weeks. It's called Prefer or Defer. And all it is, mate, is I'm going to give you two options.
Yep.
You'll just choose your favourite one, and we might have a little chat about it. And then what I do is I put a little shufty background music over it. And it sounds like a proper produced element of the show, but it's really just filling time and it's shite.
I like it.
So we will start it off. Yep. Prefer or defer. Here we go. A Kit Kat or a penguin?
Ooh, I get most of my material from a penguin, so I'd go penguin.
Penguin, yeah.
Yes.
I like a Kit Kat because you can get different flavours of Kit Kats now.
Oh man, stick with the original if you want to get one.
You can get more fingers in. Get more Kit Kats in Julie. Yeah. Right, next question. Mouse mat or a cat flap?
Mouse mat. That's really
like a good cat flap, me. I really do. Yeah. Sometimes, right, Branko will go and we've got a cat flap. We inherited it. We've never had a cat. It just comes with the house. Branko will go and look through the cat flap, and next door's cat will come and look through at Branko, and they'll sit there just staring at each other for about 20 minutes. He's fucking daft.
Just staring each other out.
Yeah. Don't know why I said it's irrelevant, isn't it? Next one. It's a good one, this one. Umbongo or Kiara?
Kiara.
Kiara? Oh, yeah, because is it because of the advert, I'll be your dog? And he does that big walk with the big stilt legs and the beak. Do you remember it? Oh, you're a bit young for that, man.
I think I'm a bit young for that one. I think you're showing your age there.
Google it. Kiara advert. I'll be your dog. It's a cracker. See, I'm a big fan of Umbongo, the drinking in the Congo. It's a bit more fruitier. Going a bit more retro here. Banana Man or Super Ted?
Oh, it's got to be Super Ted. It's got to be, man.
I agree, yeah, Super Ted, yeah.
Storylines, characters, everything. Banana Man, shithouse, poor man, Superman.
Shite, innit, Banana Man? Like, when Eric eats a banana, he turns into a big daft twat. Fucking, at least Super Ted's like, he's battling proper crooks like Texas Pete and Bull.
More authentic as well, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Flying around teddy bears and all that.
Yeah, do you reckon he ever got it on with Spotty?
Absolutely. Why do you think Spotty was so spotty?
Is that because Super Ted's balls had rubbed all over Spotty's face?
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
maybe bear fur is quite coarse, so I can imagine he has a reaction to it, Spotty. Next question then. It's a good one, this one, mate. Front to the back or back to the front? What's your preference? Are you front to the back or back to the front, man?
Back to the front.
Back to the front, I think I'm a front to the back, mate. I like to push it away from the balls and rather bring it in.
What am I doing on this?
Okay, this one fits in quite nice. Next one. Wet wipes or a warm flannel?
Ooh, I'm old school, so it's got to be a warm flannel.
Oh, lovely warm flannel. Yeah.
Oh,
I think wet wipes are good for soothing after a curry, but a warm flannel is...
No, warm flannel after a curry, son. You're doing it wrong.
You're putting heat on heat there, mate.
Oh, yeah. Are you the man or a mouse, eh? Heat on heat, what's up with you?
Would you not consider putting a flannel in the fridge and then using that?
Well, that one's if it gets, I don't know. What if your temperature's too high and it gets too cold? Do you know what I mean? You're talking about pneumonia, are you? Do you know what I mean? Health and safety, that's what I'm all about. Health and safety.
You don't want frostbite on your sphincter, do you? It's a good point, that, Matty. I've changed my mind. I'm going to go.
You've learned a lot there, haven't you, Ted? You've learned a lot there, haven't you? I hope you've written that down.
Yep, I have. Yep, there we go. Steve Guttenberg in Police Academy or Short Circuit?
Well, only because sometimes I look like a fucking robot. It's got to be Short Circuit.
Yeah.
Johnny Five. I mean, how does he read a book so that quick? You know what I mean?
Need more input, Matty.
Exactly, yeah.
Beautiful Stephanie.
Yeah, I like that one. Do you know what? I sometimes get mistaken for the Indian fella in that film as well. Some people come up to me and go, "Oh, very good, Johnny Five." I go, "What are you doing, mate?" He goes, "Tell me, did you stick your tongue right down her neck?" Because that's one of the lines out of the film, innit? Do you know what? He's not even Indian, him. He was just American, right? This is a bad thing. They browned him up as well and put. I think he dyed his hair. He wasn't even foreign.
Or was he Canadian?
I don't know, but you can't get away with stuff like that now, can you? Imagine if...
Oh, they'd be yelling, wouldn't they? Oh, the letters going through the door at the BBC. Christ.
Yeah. So...
can I just say as well, I hope these impressions are going into the act as well, by the way.
I can do them all, man, you know. I can do them all. I can do Z out of Police Academy as well. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. My mother's name was Jughead. There we go. That's it. That's out of, I think, the second Police Academy, where he meets him at the zoo, the old zoo, and what's your name? Jughead. That's what he says. My mother's name was Jughead. It's a cool name. Last couple. Would you rather have death by sex or sex with the death?
I'd probably go death with
Death by sex.
The first one.
Death by. I should have changed that. I should have changed.
Death by sex. What a way to go.
Sorry if I'm offending any deaf. Oh, they won't be listening, will they? Okay, we'll carry on. Last one. Lollipop men or lollipop women?
Lollipop women.
Good, I agree. There's something very sinister about a lollipop man, isn't there? You know, I think back, right, when I used to go to school, because I did go to school, we had a lollipop man, and he's called Cyril, right? And he had a big white tash, and he had like curly white hair, and a constant erection. So just drew my suspicions to him straight away. Do you know what I mean? Whereas lollipop ladies or women, not very friendly, and some of them used to give me butterscotch sweets and stuff like that.
More conversation when you're waiting for the traffic as well, don't you?
Exactly, yeah. So you've got that good game of prefer or defer there, Matty. I enjoyed that. Some hot topics of discussion. Good, very good. Right, so before I let you go, let's plug some gigs now. Before we plug my gig, have you got any others coming up as well that you want to spread the word about?
I've got a couple of gigs coming up in the Middlesbrough area.
Yeah.
So I've got one on the 1st of November. And we've got the fantastic Danny Posthill, impressionist.
Oh, Britain's Got Talent, yeah. He's helped me out on the show before, Danny.
Yep, he's absolutely fantastic. And we've got him at... Now, he's not playing tennis, but he's performing at Tennis World in Middlesbrough on the 1st of November.
Here you go. Go
on.
Tennis World?
People play tennis, man. Hints in the fucking title, Ted. Tennis World.
He's doing a gig in the middle of a game.
Yeah. When they bring the new balls out and bring the oranges out, he's just going to do 10 minutes.
New balls, he just comes out as Michael McIntyre. New balls. And car new balls. It'll be quite good, that, yeah.
Yeah, it would, yeah.
So that's the Tennis World, 1st of November. Yeah. Tickets available from, if they go to Laughing Pug on Facebook, the link will be on there on the events page, I assume.
Yep, it's on the events page there, yep. And then we've got another one on 3rd November, which is a Sunday night in Block in Middlesbrough. And again, all details are on the Laughing Pug Facebook page.
Where is Block a new pub in Middlesbrough?
Well, it's like these little micro pubs are cropping up everywhere. Yeah. There's one on Martin Road, just near Martin Shops, and it's a nice little, tiny, quaint little micro pub. It's got like a little, I think it's more used as like a music venue, so it's the first comedy night they're doing there, but it's just like a rustic, authentic venue that we're going to try.
Nice, I like it. Sounds good.
But the main attraction.
This is it, yeah. Come on, I'm going to do a little drum roll. Hang on.
Okay. Have you started yet? What?
I'm trying.
I barely fucking hear it. It's a big gig, this.
I'm using my knackers. Come on, announce the big gig, Matty. Do it.
So the big gig is October the 25th, which is a Friday. It's at the Southern Cross in Middlesbrough, and we've got the amazing, hilarious, funny, absolute twat of a man, Ted Hanky, headlining this gig.
Yes! Woo! I've got a gig.
Get in there.
I've got a fucking gig.
He's got a gig. He's good. She's letting him out. So we've got that. And you are being supported by the amazing Chris Giles and a host of other comedians going to join us on that evening.
And are you hosting it, Matty? Are you hosting it as well?
I will be there hosting. I'll be welcoming everybody in, and I'll be doing a bit of comedy myself.
Yes.
So get your tickets available now. Subscribe, like.
And I believe we're going to announce we've got a special offer for Middlesbrough season ticket holders or anyone who's bought a ticket for, is it the Swansea game the next day?
It is the Fulham game, the next game.
Fulham, that's it. Same shite. We're white, don't
so basically, you've got a season ticket. Bring your season ticket with you to the gig, or bring your Fulham ticket to the gig. We're all from Middlesbrough, so it doesn't necessarily have to be your season ticket. It doesn't necessarily have to be your football ticket that you go to the match. If you've got a ticket with you, when you walk through the door, if you've got a mate, or you've got mates with you, you can get a mate in for free. So,
wow, so show your ticket, get a mate in for free, get pissed, lose your ticket. That's how it works, man.
Exactly.
So just make sure you've got a secure zip pocket on your jacket. Don't lose your jacket as well. Yeah,
Exactly.
I think it's going to be.
Lessons
I think
learned.
it's going to be a great gig, Matty. Because what we're going to do is going to record an episode of this podcast whilst we're doing the show as well. So we'll try and include some features from previous podcasts.
Yep.
I might have a few special guests turn up as well. So that'll be fun. And just like the podcast, there'll be absolutely no jokes or material, and it'll just be all made up shite. So that's going to be good fun. You get to see me burn in person rather than just listen online. So,
money well spent. Money well spent. Get yourself
money
there.
well spent. So it's what? Is it £5 a ticket at the minute?
It's only a £5 a ticket. Yes.
So £5 a ticket, and if you're a Boro season ticket holder or you've got a ticket for the match the next day, you can bring a mate, so it's £2.50 a ticket, really.
Exactly.
For you and your mate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's quality, That's quality, as long as it doesn't affect my fee, Matty, I don't give a shit what you do. You can give away free blowjobs for all I care. No, I'll have one. Right. Fantastic. Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you, Matty Oxley. Good luck
Thank
with
you
the
very
gigs
much.
that I'm not doing.
Thank you.
Special good luck to the one I am. And I'll catch you soon, Matty. So cheers for being involved, mate.
Cheers, Ted. Thank you very much.
Thanks, mate. Matty Oxley there, my good mate, Matty. So get yourself on Facebook and look for the Laughing Pug comedy page, like it. All the events are on there. Do some proper class gigs, get some great comedians. And like I say, I'll be there as well. So if you're a piece of flange, turn up. Right, so it's come to that time of the show that we all wait for, we all love. It's Ask Ted, and this is where all my matters on social medias of Facebook and Twitter, just ask me anything, any question at all, and I answer it to my best ability. And I try and get through as many as I can, and I avoid all of the shit ones. So let's kick things off then. Brian Sigsworth, my question is it drafty with that window open? What if it snows on Monday? Right, just for the context of the listeners here, he's commented on the post that I put saying that the Ask Ted window is now open. Ask a question, I'll answer it on my podcast. So he's trying to be a smart ass there, Brian. So it's not going to make the pot. Oh, fucking hell, I've recorded it now. You've made the podcast, Brian, with a shit question. I'm not happy about that. Tony Seaman. Here we go. Oh, is he asking a sensible question here rather than giving me abuse? Let's have a look here. Ted, what do you want to be when you grow up? Hang on. John Phillips has put a scaffolder, and Tony Seaman's put he has the looks but not the brains. Lol. And John Phillips has replied with a laughing smiley face with tears. I'd fucking brains to be a scaffolder. It's just like Lego for adults. Do you know what I mean? It's like stickle bricks for idiots. Dead easy to do. I can do it all, me. And what I want to be when I grow up, to answer your question, Tony, is I just want to be adored. I want to be adored by the masses. You know, I want to be the people's poet. I want people, when they see me walking down Stockton High Street or Linthorpe Road, put down palm trees for me to walk on. So I've got no fucking chance. Next question. Scott Dinsdale. Right, here we go. All right, Ted. I saw you last night in Darlow. Cheers, mate. And you look to me like a capable, well-travelled man of the world. Me and my son are going to a European city for the Euros. We are thinking Amsterdam. or Budapest? Where would you go? Thanks again for coming last night, Scott. Sorry if it was a bit shit. I was trying some new material out and that, and I couldn't see a fucking thing with them lights, and my technical stuff didn't work, and then no one laughed. So there were quite a few problems there, but never mind, we plough on. To answer your question, I've been to both of these cities. In Amsterdam, you know, I had a little walk around the red light district to check out the flange, and there's some good stuff on offer there. A couple of cafes, and you know, had a doobie or two. But you know, my favourite place is Budapest, because I went there before and we got picked up. We arranged to get picked up from the airport in a limousine with strippers in it, and so we were all getting a lap dance in this limousine off these three strippers, and then we went to this excursion called Goulash and Growler, and that's where we could eat the traditional dish of goulash off naked women. They were shaved, so it was quite nice. And then we went in lots of peep shows, and on the main strip in Budapest, every 3 doors there's what's called a Sexbolt, which is a sex shop, and you can pick up some fine literature and video material there, Scott. So I would recommend taking your young'un to Budapest, definitely. Duncan Phillips, Duncan, my old mate, thanks again for me buying me coffee on coffee.com, ko-fi.com. Duncan buys me one every week because he appreciates the podcast. Thanks, Duncan. Hi, Ted. If I meet you out and about, do I call you Big Ted and take a firm hold of your hand, or just call you Ted and get a gentle handshake? Duncan, you're a big chap. I would expect nothing more than a strong, robust grip of the hand. And then maybe we can bring it in and do one of them shoulder things, like what rappers do. Like we'll link arms and then we'll come close together and we bounce our shoulders off each other, and then we just go yeah, and just walk away. That's what we'll do, Duncan, when we see each other. Nice one. Richie Austin. Hiya, Ted. What with you being a celebrity in showbiz, in brackets there, you might know the answer to something that's bugged me since last Christmas. Saw The Greatest Showman, apart from you, of course. Oh, he's giving me all the compliments here. Saw The Greatest Showman on TV last Christmas Day and have been puzzled ever since. Why did the bearded lady have shaven armpits? Do you reckon it was just laziness? She didn't do a beard and tash? Or was the razor too blunt after doing her pits? And what about the lady garden? What would it have been like diving into the gap in the spinning brushes in the Morrison car wash? P.S. Other supermarket car washes are available there. We're not just singling out Morrison's. It's a very, very good question. I noticed it myself because when I seen that beard, I was expecting to have armpit hair like the lead singer of Dexy and the Midnight Runners, but it was none there. And I think your theory about shaving the pits and then I forgot to do the beard could be good, but she's employed as a bearded lady, so maybe shaving the armpits, shaving the legs, maybe forming a nice looked after lady garden is something that she took pride in, because the beard was the one that sold tickets, so she had to keep that. So I reckon she's still being well looked after down there, Richie, so don't you worry, mate. Wilf Smith, what kind of secret society would you like to start? Also, I hope you had a good holiday, mate. Oh, thanks, Wilf. I had a great time in Butlins, yeah. Secret society, it's a good question, that. I'd like to start one where basically everyone comes round my house and brings pyjamas, right, and we all have a really good game of like Monopoly or Hungry Hippos or something like that, some pizzas, a few drinks and stuff like that, and then we gently start to introduce alcohol into the group, and then we all take our clothes off and we just sort of roll around on each other chanting up the Boro, up the Boro, up the Boro, the Boro is great, and then we just have loads of mad sex, and we'll just call it the sexy Boro cult, and but regularly checked out for STIs, because no one likes wearing johnnies, and so if you're joining the cult, you'd have to have an STI check every week, if you want to get involved. But it is 90% flange and 10% men, and I get to choose the men. Norton Wilcock. All right, Cocky. Ted, if you had won the 170 million lottery last week, who would you have borrowed the rest of the money off to get your teeth sorted? You cheeky bastard, Norton. I've got that thing that Freddie Mercury had where he's got a few extra teeth in there, but I can sing really well because of it. So I don't need to change my look, you know what I mean? I recommend you change your name, fucking Norton Wilcock. Bloody hell, you sound like a shit motorbike. Everyone's picking on me bloody teeth. Great. Next question. Simon Hayward. I guess Simon. Ted, I remember Dion Dublin playing for United, and when Sir Alex seen him in the showers, he said, Jesus, have you seen the size of the manhood on that boy? To a member of United staff. Have you ever had a similar comment or experience when public showering or with a lady? I may have mentioned this before, but I have seen Emerson's Bell End before. It was in the Empire toilets on a Christmas fancy dress party, and him and Janine were dressed up as clowns, and Emerson was stood next to me with what can only be described as, you know, the helmet out of Spaceballs, what Rick Moranis wears. That's what his Bell End was like. It was huge, Simon, and I will always treasure the day I seen the Samba King's Bell End. Mickey Piper. Is there anything more depressing I could do at weekends? I currently spend it watching the Boro, but was wondering if there could possibly be anything less interesting. Probably not. You know, it's a depressing question, but it's also one that does need answering and addressing, Mickey Piper. I would say the only thing you could probably do that is probably more depressing than watching Middlesbrough is probably going to watch Sunderland, or even Newcastle, or maybe just going down the park and watching dogs shaking whilst they're having a shit. That can be probably a bit depressing as well. In the rain, whilst a masked man is chasing women around the park. I'm going a bit dark here. I'm sorry. Ignore that last bit. We'll stop at the dog shit in the rain part there. Okay. All right. Here we go. Tony Seaman again. I'm letting you have another one here, Tony. Ted, if it takes 3 minutes to boil an egg, how long does it take to boil 7 eggs? Are you good at maths? Yeah, I'm brilliant at maths, mate. I'm just shy at cooking eggs, so I'm not going to answer that. I always hard boil them. Bryce Sad Wilson. Ted, is it bad manners for a hard of hearing person to do sign language with a mouth full of food? I don't think it is because Bri, we've all put food in our mouth and continued a conversation and spat it on someone. So I don't think it's rude at all. I once spat half a tuna sandwich across Gareth Southgate when he was the Middlesbrough manager by accident, and it landed just below that sort of big point he's got on his nose there, and his tongue just came up out like a frog's and just scooped it up and put it in his mouth, and he ate it, and we didn't say a word about it. It was fine. We both ignored the fact that he'd ate some of my spit-covered tuna sandwich. You've asked another one, Bri. Do you think drilling for oil is boring? That question is very boring. So don't ever ask that again, please, Brian. Liam Woods. Now then, Ted, them gorillas that bummed the arse off me a few weeks ago have turned me mentally insane. How should I overcome this? Hopefully your advice will be a stroke of luck. I would probably maybe, move away from the situation and try and seduce and maybe entice an orangutan. You try and wine and dine it maybe with some bananas and grapefruit juice. And, they've got lovely big long arms as well, so they can wrap their arms around you. So you can start off with a cuddle and, take it slowly. You can take it slowly with an orangutan. They're not aggressive lovers. And I think you'll find that you'll have such a delicate moment with an orangutan, and you may even find love, Liam. You may even find love. Last question, Jim Adams. Ted, me old mucker, if you push back, is it gay, even if it's just jail gay. I hope I'm not offending any gay people in answering this, or even gay people in jail, whether it's through choice or not in jail. I think, well, why not? Enjoy the moment. As long as you've agreed to this situation, then always push back. If you haven't, you've got to tell an adult. That's how I see it. So thanks for all your questions this week. Some fucking stupid ones as per usual, but I enjoy it, and I think you do too, don't you? You do. Yeah. Well, that brings a close to episode 17 of Ted Talks, the Ted Hanky Podcast. Thank you, everybody, for your contributions, questions, support, sharing, liking, inviting people, buying me coffees at coffee.com, ko-fi.com. Just a little hint there, you can buy me a coffee and say thanks for being fucking brilliant, Ted. Big thank you to Matty Oxley, my guest on the podcast this week as well. Do like the Laughing Pug page, and do come and get some tickets for this groundbreaking live performance we're doing on the 25th at the Southern Cross, where I'm headlining the night, and I'm going to do just like half an hour or whatever of just mad shit. We're just going to record it as a podcast, you know what I mean? And like Matty said, it's £5 a ticket, or if you show your season ticket or your match day ticket against Fulham the next day, you can bring a friend for free. So I think that's cracking, you know what I mean? And it's not a bad pub, Southern Cross. I think you'll have a good time. Some good comedians on with me as well. I am also gigging this Saturday in Wolverston, which is near Billingham as well. My mate Dean Mowers, he's got this solo show called Willie Thorne Looks Like Tosh Out of the Bill, and that's going to be at the Ship Inn in Wolverston, and tickets are on sale for that as well. If you go to the Halfpenny Comedy Club on Facebook, there's an event on there. I'll add the event on my Facebook page as well, the Ted Hanky page, and you can get tickets for that as well. I'm opening up, so I'm going to do about 15 minutes. I'm going to try some shit. We'll see how it goes. Can't be any worse than the other night in Darlington, you know what I mean? So we'll give it a whirl, Maris. We'll give it a whirl. As always, massive thank you to the sponsors of this podcast, Boro Fan TV, providing fan content for all you lovely Middlesbrough Maras, and Showcase Comedy, who produce fantastic comedy nights in Stockton and various venues around North and West Yorkshire as well. So, look them up if you've not been before. Do some cracking nights. Footy season, we're back up and running. Big game coming up as well. So, for the mighty Boro. So, you know what to do, don't you, Maras? That's right. Yeah, we've got to believe. We've got to believe. Until next time, Maras.